Welcome back, YouTubers. I don't generally do lawnmower videos any longer, stuff like that, because it's kind of boring. But I wanted to start this video because of these. And funny thing about it is I was loading some video the other day, and it took forever, of course, naturally, because I have a dinosaur for a computer. And so I was talking to one of my youth I mentor, and you know, I says, well, I'm having a little bit of trouble downloading on YouTube and blah blah blah. Oh, I do that all the time on mine. And he said, gee, Mr. Allen, what kind of computer you have? And he laughed at me after I told him what I had. And then he says, well, how much memory do you have? And I says, I have 2 gigs of memory. And he was like, gee, I got an old computer and mine's got 32 gig. All mine will hold is 8. So I got some new memory for it. So I'm going to put memory in it, and it'll make it a little faster. But I thought that was humorous. Youth, what are you going to do? They know so much about tech. And us oldsters know about the train coming down the tracks, we can see. But man, they really know about tech. They know how to fix anything techie, you know, phones and computers and things, and tells you what. Anyway, story on the lawnmower. This was at a friend of mine's house, and he didn't use it, so it wouldn't run. And while I was over there, I was working on his Bronco or something. What it was? What is it? Is that a Bronco? No, he's got Jeep. A Jeep, an old Jeep, like a CJ5 or something. And while we were doing that, he's saying about this lawnmower, and I said, well, it hasn't run in a long time, and it smelled like it had bad gas in it, so I dumped it out and I put some fresh gas in it. That was 2 years ago. And I can't remember if I got it to run or not. I think it farted a couple times, and that was about it. But it sat outside most of its life, and as you can see, it's a lawn boy, and you know, if it was a Murray, I'd say no, but it's a lawn boy. So we're going to try to resurrect this. I know the blade on the other side is toast and bent. The oil is dirty. Hasn't been, probably never been changed, probably. And it doesn't run, so probably carburetors with bad gas, but it needs all the typical stuff, lubed and a little bit of love and stuff. So what we're going to start out with is we'll clamp that at the top there, and we'll see if she's got spark. And we'll take this cover off and see underneath all this whatnot. We'll take the carburetor apart and clean it and look at it, and see if we can't put it back into action. It's also missing the belt underneath. It's direct drive, self-drive, whatever it's called. But the belt is missing. So wouldn't that be fantastic if the crappy belts that I bought for the Volkswagen would fit this? They won't, but you know, I'm just saying, wouldn't it be great? You know, you can always wish. All right, let's get after it. Well, that's a wacky looking spark plug. Oh, that's something. Little split job there. Hold on, you got some fuzz right here. Can't check to see if it's got spark because it's got a gizmo on the back that says if you don't have it on there, it'll won't spark, won't run the bag. So I want to take this off also and see what's up with that, and may or may not defeat it. Took about an hour and a half to get all the sand that was packed down into these holes. Oh, that's gonna come down there. go. Look at that. That looks like a Tecumseh engine. I thought Lawn Boy did better than that. I think when Lawn Boy went green, that is, they went to their two-strokes instead of their ultra-dependable two-stroke models that smelled so nice when you ran them. That nice two-stroke smell. They went to four-stroke deal. They probably had to go to the labor union. And the labor union said, you got to buy our Tecumseh motors. So what I'm dealing with here now is not a Lawn Boy, but the Newman of lawnmowers, because it's got a Tecumseh engine in it. All right. I'm going to take this gas tank off. Excuse me. Okay. What do we got there? 3/8, 10mm, 10/8, 3mm. Oh, I just had it. 3/8. Take this cover off. See what's under here. It's a little grimy and grungy. It's got a over here. It's got a governor's, and so I want to take and clean that up too. And this has been sitting in a shed, so I want to see if any mice have got up underneath here. Although we don't have mice as much as we have fiddleback spiders and hornets. How nice. You guys up there in the northeast and the north, you have sweet little gray mice. And down here we have fiddlebacks and hornets. Yeah, great. Okay, let's see what you got here. Not too many fiddlebacks in there. A couple. We'll let that all hang out. Look at that. Dirty. Okay, let's take this off and see if we can defeat the bagger, the deal for the bagger, to see if we can get some spark. I think there's some bolts underneath it. Take this plastic piece out in order to get to up underneath there. And I knit you snot, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Do you see what that is? Yes, that's a square drive like in a motorhome. Now y'all know I got a motorhome, right? So that means I don't have any tools to work on it because they're all lost in the backyard. So where am I going to find something like that? Nah, I did. I found an old rusty one. There you go. Went in the backyard with a metal detector, and there you go. Take this other one out. This one must have been designed by Henry Ford. It's got every fastener known to man in it. You know, Ford did that. What they did is, oh, that's nice. That's in the way, so you can't get to it. That's great. Okay. What Ford did is, Henry, he cornered the market. Train for you. Just want you to know that in every one of my videos there's a train. I specially ordered them. Here's this one. Cost thousands of dollars. Henry Ford had oh, I got a special tool for you. Okay, what? We'll just forget the bit and we'll just try the biceps. What he did is cornered the market on these fasteners, see, and whatever bizarro fastener these people came up with, you know, triple square and spline and clutch and whatever, he got them, right? 7, 8, 9, 10mm 3/8. 7/32, whatever fastener he could, barrels and barrels and barrels and barrels of them, and so much that he had warehouses of them. And it continues this day as they build a Ford vehicle. The old adage is, and as a mechanic and as a glass mechanic getting into one of those doors in a Ford, any Ford, is how many tools you need to work on a Ford. And the answer is all of them. Here you go. That always works. I like vice grips, the universal tool. Kind of like urethane, clips in a tube, fit both foreign and domestic. Let's get that out. Let's take this blade and the guard off. It's got a little guard over the drive belt, where the drive belt goes. I ain't even see that. Yeah. Okay. Mowing some rocks there. These rocks grow all the time. You gotta mow them, you know. Guard here. Oh, I see what those are. Also the engine mounting bolts. So when you take the guard off, the engine falls off. Yeah. No, it's got one less. It's got one other bolt right there, so we're good. That's 1/2 inch or 3/8. Drain plug's 3/8. It's actually got a drain plug on the bottom. There's a little plastic cover right here. I think it's plastic. And it looks to have a bolt in it, but I haven't found what Henry put in it yet. So could be a 1/4 inch Whitworth, or 25 Torx, or triple square, 7mm or something. Yeah. All right. Well, let's see if we can find out what it is. Okay, I took this cover off the back because you have to get to these screws back here, and they're this size right here. This tool here takes them off. 3/8, I guess. Genuine, honest to goodness Phillips screws holding the tops on. The top piece on. Sorry about bumping. Didn't mean to do that to you. And then this little plate should not come off. Oh, it does. What do you know? Ooh, look at that. The original color. Isn't that nice? Okay, this little piece of safety keeps the... Get to the belt. I'm kind of curious. Let's see if look at that belt. There's a wire coming back here, and it looks like... No, you guys can't see it. Yeah, best way I can here. Best way I can. Best way. Let me see if I can zoom up to it here. There's a switch right there, and I think what it does is when that metal piece goes in there, because there's a metal piece that goes across there, and it connects in there. It's a magnet, and it throws a switch, and it allows it to spark. Okay, we'll have to defeat that somehow in order to get spark. Probably let's knock this 3/8 plug out of here, drain the oil, and we'll start it without any. No, we'll put fresh oil in it. Just because we're nice guys, right? Yeah. Well, I thought I'd try the Volkswagen belt that I had that wouldn't fit my car, but it's too big, so I'll have to go down to the Lawnmower place and get one. Get the right belt for it. So we're going to take that plug out and drain the oil too. We're just going to leave that all apart until we get the belt for it. All right, I'm going to check for spark here. See if we can get spark here. Get my there's a spark. Let's defeat these. See if we get a spark still. Yeah, we seem to have a spark. Let's throw a little go juice down it and see what happens. Yeah. Off there. Yeah. No blade on it. See here. put a little. There we go. Throw a two-stroke in there. Shoot a little gas in it. See what happens. See if we can get it to come to life for a minute. We'll move forward. I didn't drain the oil out of it because I don't know if it runs. So I left the oil in it. So it's still got oil in it. Not gonna work. I wonder if my drill will move that. Let's try that. Sorry for the noise, folks. Well, let's see here. Get that out as short a circuit as possible. What that's going to be about, 17 maybe? Bigger than 17, must be 3/4. That's not going to work either. That's going to come flying off of there. You have to think of something. Well, I'm going to park you for a minute while I think of something. Well, I got a little farther into it because I couldn't get it to... first thing, the mechanism up underneath here was jammed up. That's why it was having a hard time to pull over, but that's because it sat for a while. But I could not get it to even run a little bit, and the reason why it has no compression. And focus. There we go. You can kind of see that in there. Right there. Right there and right there. It's like that in that cylinder. So it's all cheesed up in that cylinder. So yeah. There's no compression. So since there isn't any compression, it's not going to fire. So okay. We'll just stop doing what we're doing here. Because this ain't gonna go anywhere. Okay, we'll do the old mailbag here. I got some stuff from. We'll just segue this right back into a Volkswagen video. I got some items I ordered from Rock Auto, and must be made in Italian or Italy because they say fragile on them. So yeah. Okay, first up I've got some Euro parts, some little rubbers. So these go on the switches, interior light switch. Let's see how crappily these are made. They come in a high-tech bag, though, I'll tell you that. And let me put on some more powerful glasses so I can describe the crapulence to you. Here's my deal about Wolfsburg West. Wolfsburg West doesn't make these. Yeah, I don't care how much you cry, they don't make them. Chinese make them, or the Brazilians make them. And they just buy them and they mark them up. So I'm going to get the same part from Wolfsburg West. Yeah, that screw needs to be tightened up, but other than that. So I wonder if I can tighten it up. Looks about the same kind of caliber the original one is, and it looks like it'll probably work. Okay. Next we have, oh, let me smell it. Oh yeah, Chinesium. Chinesium. Oh, you got a hair there again. So get rid of that. There you go. That's very Chinese looking. Oh, and you can tell that this is the correct knob for 67, you know. Ooh, boy, is that crappy. Let's see if the knob will even come off. Oh my God. Boy, is that schlocky. Well, it's better than the other one, at least it clicks. I might take the original one apart and see what I can do before I go and put that in my car. I might reconsider that. I mean, I have no doubt it'll work. Yeah, but for how long? Miniature lamps. Now, you don't even want to look at those, you're wrong. Omega. You can tell that's a good one. This is my wiper switch. Washer switch. Wipe washer. This is not as crapulent as that other switch. This looks like a fine piece of machinery. Because we do not have one of these at all. I'm welcoming that. That's a box that the light switch went in. What do we have here? Oh, this is a horn relay. So, there you go. They sell one for this car, but it doesn't show one on the wiring diagram. Yeah, I'll be. Doesn't have any VW numbers on it either. I'm going to wire this into my car probably, because I'm not going to put a VW horn on it. Yeah, so there you go. That goes to the, number one goes to the battery, or to the horn. The horn's grounded. Center one goes to 12 volts, and this goes to the ground. So when you connect this to this, it gives it 12 volts there, and it doesn't cost so much on your switch. And then I can put two Toyota horns in the front of it, because I like the sound of a Toyota horn better than I do a Volkswagen horn. People actually hear them too. Okay, and another door switch. So we have a little few electrical parts so we can start wiring our car. Okay, I might take apart our original light switch and see what I can make of that. It just doesn't click out like this one. This one has two nice clicks. Now the operation of that, that might work. That might work. I don't know. I think I'm going to take mine apart though and look at it and see, clean it up, because mine has 2 clicks, but it's just like, eh. So man, the detents are kind of. Let's see what I can do about that. Look at the contacts and things. Probably can. All right. So let that be a lesson to you. When you see on YouTube, oh, I've got a 1948 Scott Atwater snowmobile. It's been sitting in a barn for 30 years. Will it run? Sometimes they don't run. Okay, so now I'm for something completely different. That one's going to the trash. Now for something completely different. This is a scam foisted on you by the American government. All right, another scam by the American government. Isn't that great? I love scams. And those are quarters. But what's on the back of those quarters? Okay. One of them is the North Marianas Island. I knit you snot. American Memorial Park. What, the Americans go out of style or something, and there's no more Americans, so we have to have a memorial park for them, or there has to be a quarter for that? I don't get it. I don't understand why they're putting that on there. Another one is Lowell, Massachusetts. Why not Jet, Oklahoma? Famous for their Tasty Freeze stand. I don't know, man, a pretty quarter like that. Okay, well, here's the deal. You know, they're going to run out of places and things. What about how about an Elmer Gantry quarter? Wait a second. Well, if they print an Elmer Gantry quarter, will it stop a Burt Lancaster quarter, or a from here to eternity quarter? Yeah, you don't know. You know. Probably that won't happen because MGM and Warner Brothers own those, or one of those two, and the government would have to pay this out because it's all about making money. Well, what about how about this one? And they run out of stuff. How about a Herbert Freen well pit 1951 Martin outboard 100 black starter knob quarter? You could do anything. You could do what about how about his neighbor? Oh, his neighbor Edmund Fonebone had a 1949 Martin 100 outboard, but it had a brown knob. So you know you'd have to collect both of those quarters, the brown knob and the black knob quarter. Yeah. So yeah. Here's the statistics, folks. Okay, just 300 million people, and that's a little shy in America. Okay, we'll just be conservative. You know how to be conservative. Say 10 million, right? Okay, times 25 cents. Okay, then this is just for printing one of these little slugs of zinc. Okay, this is just for one of them, and 10 million morons collect them. Okay, that gives the government $2,500,000. Just extra money because people are going to just keep them. They've bought them for a quarter. Do you understand? They bought them for a quarter. It's yeah, they're worth a quarter, but it's in the funds. But people don't. They're not out being circulated. People collect them. If you can believe that or not. You know, and it's like the presidential coins. You know, I can understand George Washington, and goes on and on like. But we're going to have a Jimmy Carter coin. How about an OBB Bam coin? When does it stop? Where does it stop? It doesn't. So just say no to this, because in the process of minting money like they're supposed to, they make $2,500,000. This is conservative now. There's probably a lot more. $2,500,000 for each one of these little slugs they print. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's get back to some Volkswagen stuff. How about that? You know, we can clear our heads and start thinking nice thoughts and things like that. Okay. I got a flashing battery light, so I don't know how far I'm going to be able to go with this. I got a package the other day. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to bump you. did it though. I got a package the other day from Wolfsburg West, and I got some product from them. I got some stuff, man. I got some product from them. Okay, and I got some really nice little pieces. Okay, they have the rubber parts for my rear sway arm bushing or sway arm, and they have 111 part numbers on them. Isn't that cool? Or 113 part numbers on them. Isn't that cool? They have actual part numbers on these. These look fantastic. The parts look fantastic, beautiful. So it's, what I'm saying is I got a little push button for my windshield washer squirter, but I don't know if it'll fit mine because it comes from Rock Auto. So since I have the bread, I'm going to order an electrical switch for the headlights and electrical switch for the wipers from Wolfsburg West, along with some other stuff that I need to order. These are the little spacers that go on the... I'll show you because we're going to put that together next. But these all look beautiful. These really look like nice quality pieces. And Brother Brian said you need to order from Wolfsburg West because the other places are crap. These are pricey, but well worth it. So I think that's what I'm going to do, because I've been running into a lot of headaches with the Chinesium, you know, some Rock Auto's still a great deal if you want an AC Delco part or a Mopar part or something like that, and you actually buy the AC Delco or ASIN part for your Japanese car or something like that, and it actually prints that. They got good deals on them. So, you know, it's still a pretty good deal, and their shipping's pretty fast and stuff. But I'm finding the parts that I'm getting from them are becoming more and more cheaper. And the final pin in the party balloon was the Chinesium switch that wasn't even close to the original switch. I thought I would get something reasonable for the money I paid for it, and for a little bit more, $10 more from Wolfsburg West, you can get a better one, I hope. So I'm going to order them, and we're going to do a Pepsi challenge on them. I'm telling you what. Okay, let's get to the rear sway arm. A rear sway arm on a swing axle? Yes, I will show you. The first thing I want to do is jack the car up, and I haven't used this yet, but I have wonderful new jack points. I couldn't find my other bar, so I cut myself a piece of stock and gave it a little train to grinder switch there. So let's see how this works here. I put some, sprayed some lubricant on it just to free it up a little bit. It seems to be doing the job. Pretty amazing. Let's go right there. Yeah. Let's try to go one more. There you go. Let's take her down. Oh, I haven't heard that sound in a long time. I remember that. Seems to work. I know, Brian, it's around here somewhere. I have two of these. You gave me one in that package, and I have another one also, but God only knows where it's at. All right, and we'll take the wheel off of that. I think what we'll do. And I'll clearly show you some different, a little bit of something some of you guys ain't never seen. I certainly never have seen it. This is the first 67 I've ever owned. I have owned a 68, but it was an auto stick. And the auto stick had an IRS transmission. Well, independent rear suspension. You know, don't get me going on this. Swing axle is independently rear suspended. You know, each wheel is suspended, but they call the one with two joints the IRS. You guys know what I'm talking about. So the auto stick had an IRS transmission, but the body, it still had this in it, in this hole, and it's probably capped off by something. But there's a, well, I'll show you. Give me a minute. This car, being a 67, and the 68, that was the standard transmission, both had swing axle transmissions, and the auto stick was a IRS. We'll just call it that for now. But what Volkswagen was trying to do was trying to get away from rollovers. In the event that you put it into a turn and then whipped it back, did a Ralph Nader on it, the car would roll over. So they widened the stance of this. I believe they'll have wider tubes and axles, and then they put this through here. This portion went over the top of the transmission as such, and it came through here, and then there was a deal that went over the top of this. It went through there like this, like that, and then there was a cap that went over it as such, like that, and then this portion tucked through there, and then of course it bushing, kind of a setup, kind of there like that, and we're going to put that in there. Anyways, it was a sway arm for, you know, to stop that movement, to keep the car safer. And then of course they come out with the IRS, which made it, I guess, a lot more safer. I don't know. So let's get putting this together. Sorry, this is the first time I've ever had one of these together, so I don't know. Yeah. So. Do the best I can, huh? First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to run a die on these. Get all the paint and crap off those threads so I can get a bolt on them, or a nut on them rather. First thing I did is I put a new rubber gasket through there. Here's the original, whatever they are, that go on these shafts. Here's the ones that Wolfsburg sent me. Just when you think you're dealing with a reputable company, it's always sand in the Vaseline. So they sent me, for this one, they sent me this. So I'm going to cut a little bit off of this one and add it to this one to make it a little bit longer, and I'm going to put it at the top of the stroke and not at the bottom, so this will easily fit through there. And yeah, there you go. So let's do that. I have my nut and lock washer, and you can't see it because the brake drum's in the way, and that there. Okay, and I put my rod through with this little gizmo. I cut one of these to fit this. I put a little grease on everything too. Let's see, this should come up. Think about that. And then this goes on the top of that right there. You can't see it. It goes, this goes between there, and then this goes in there as such. Make it fit. Like that. And then this goes on the top, and then I'm going to put a lock washer, I don't know if there was one or not, and a nut. So let me put that on there, and we'll go to the other side. And I have this rod sticking through that hole right there. Okay, this little receiver here kind of tilts back, and it's got this little blister right here, so that tells me that's got to go up through there. Now, this one tilts back. This one tilts forward. So the arm goes on here like this, and so one's forward and one's backwards. I understand how this works now. I get it. Okay. Well, as you can see, I've put it together pretty much the same way as the other one has been put together. See if I can't get you in there right. And get my big head out of the way. Abner had lost the washers on the outside, so I'm making do with my own washers. Yeah, let's see here. Let's see if I can squeeze the lock washer on there too. Sorry about my big head. Let's see if I can squeeze the lock washer on there. Probably can. Or not. Hey, let's compress that a little bit, and then we'll judge. Again, there's 4 of these, and one of them, they look, they're all identical, and it's got a groove in it like this. It goes through the bottom through this, and then there's a washer, and I'm going to put a, yeah, is that too big? It might not be too big. You might want to do it like that and put a stack on it, on that bottom one. Yeah, we might want to do that. Okay. So I'm going to put a washer configuration about like this on it so that the plastic piece doesn't go through there like that. Kind of what you got to do. You own homemade stuff, and nobody sold them, so. Okay, I've got this all tightened both sides, and I've got this little shaft sticking out the other side. When I was working on it, it came through, so I put it back through. I'm guessing this goes here. This rubber bushing here. I guess it couldn't hurt to grease this, or grease that little bushing either. And then probably goes on there. Not like that, huh? Oh, this side's all walked out, like it's been on there for 150 years. There we go. The one with the mud dauber nest and the fiddleback spider coming out of it. And then I'm thinking this cap goes here. Like this. Nice and crusty like. And then probably had warpy washers. But I'm going to put a couple of new lock washers on there. Like that. And a couple of new grade 8 nuts. If I could get them on it. Weird. That one didn't want to perform. Okay. do is we'll tighten those up, and then we'll do the other side. I think we're going to bite that down a little bit first before we put a lock washer on it. We can. Got to tighten that up and get it in place. There she is. Yeah, we'll back it up and we'll put a lock washer on it. Kind of interesting little contraption they did there. How they made that work. I seen the parts and I wasn't familiar with it. And, this is called a Z-bar. A Z as in Z, as in zebra. That's what they call it. So if you look the parts up, if you're looking for the parts, you want to look Z-bar. There you go. There you go. Look at that. That's interesting. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for wrenching with me again today. And we're one step closer to getting us on the road. So I'm going to order some more parts from Wolfsburg. And we will do a comparison of those electrical components, because I only want to do it one time, you know, and I fear that the original switch, I just don't want to try to fidget with that and make it work, and I got the bread to do it with. I might as well do that, and I can always send those other parts back to Rock Auto. So yeah, might as well do that. And we'll do a comparison on those, and probably going to be better parts. At least Wolfsburg sent me enough of the material of this that centerpiece right there, the gray piece, in order for me to make two pieces, so that thing, the little bumper slides up and will slide up and down on it, right? Okay, well, get this out on the net. See you guys later, and remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next portion of this. Bye.